Hello and good morning, everyone, fellow Houston Texans. I was one of the type of persons that had always believed and never knew I had faith, which is kind of the funny thing. Anyway, you can come join us at Enron while we are at the 50th floor while watching Houston and its nearby parks grow for demand, city beautification, and desirability. I contribute my time while volunteering and gaining experience. It was also said or to be known to be that inflation was hard to keep up for upkeeps or maintain. This is for prosperity, litigation, dignity, respect, ingenuity, and integrity. So there happened to be this nuclear power plant in Warden County that a neighbor worked at. And so there was always problems about the fault or the foundation, since it's always at a constant rate of speed. But if you're talking about seismic waves and tectonic plates, that's different. That's between earthquakes. I've also heard the sounds of rumbling before, and so one of the things, or anyway, is that the thing about this is Alexis Hansbrough the first but the second knew about or knows about switches. Mikhail Gorbachev knows a lot about nuclear power plants, and he's also known to be a very heavy industrialist. How do we get more additional manpower? Is it Indonesia? About nuclear power plants is that you have what they think they first start out with rods and rods and gear. Anyway, so Mikhail Gorbachev and Alexis Hansbrough the first but the second were at happened to be at a courtyard before they went in of the entrance, and they were trying to figure out wind. And we're using these doors as of shutters, which they were closing and opening. It was pretty interesting in a way because I have seen it through live TV. Interesting thing is about almost as if being on the blue moon, since I have seen many blue moons before, and the sun is always shining its rays or solar rays. And there things about nuclear power plants is that you have various differentials. And they're always a problem because of what they call failures, power failures, or backup power failures, or also backup power generator failures. The thing about the rocket or fuel external tank or external fuel tank, the color just happens to be orange, and it's known for its lasers. This is for food, trash, and or thermal or aluminum, spaceware, or astronaut suits use or wear. For anyway, that goes further. What causes foam is it the umbilical cord or nose ventilation that usually condensates. What is thermal thermometer? Is it mercury? Is it rock? The thing about NASA and its television or the media, they do not want to be... there's always a delay because of anyway they only want to be known for its colors, which is happens to be blue, white, sometimes other different colors, for the reason they do not want the audience or the crowd to be known what's really going on, so that way there's always a delay. And you compare the government from the public roads and other access roads, but anyway, that's government. So I went back. I have seen this in one mode where if you're moving very fast and you have what is actually causing fire, no matter how you look at it temperature-wise, in dynamics, and just so happens to be that the atmosphere, wind, water, and biochemistry or biology just happens to be different. I'd also seen this one thing about, so I had unactually seen work very fast without fire, but actually causes fire in different ways, if you think about it. And just so happened to know all my seasons and elements, and I have seen life support without using or on anything. Use caution and always bear in mind we cannot use too much for either of row intentions or raw intentions. By the way, one of these, there's only two, and just one of these happens to be Russian or German. Back to storage. I just so happen to know the difference. Having to be surrounded by many satellites can make someone feel drained by debilitarized, or decibels. The periodic table of elements. One of the elements just so happens to be cesium. Gain another. Anyway, if you think about it, it's kind of funny in a way, and it really is not. Some people need life support, and others do not need it. That's what they call phaser, rosin, resin, razor, or roser. people just need current or so. China just so happened they were trying to figure out wane and propulsion. I have seen this before in cosine or sine wave. That is not heat, thermal, or some waves, but if you have two types of X-rays, cobine or clobeams or so, currently used in medical center, they are in need of a lot of life support. And other life supports in other countries or places, they do not need such things. India is a failure since they only have troops on the ground. And there is two types of night vision, and I just so happen to know my areas and temperatures for the environment of this planet or rock we so-called Earth. But people have their own temperatures and dynamics. Remember, it's the country, not the people. Another thing is that so anyway, but people have their own temperature and dynamics. But Lenin's wife, or Lenin's Alexander Vladimir's wife, just so happens to be a naturalist. Do you call an occurrence for an occult? Remember, this is condensation, steam or condensation. In night vision, you have enclave, conclave, or is known to be fire, conclave. Just so happen to know about the Zapruder, in which I had made that too ashamed before faded or put down. Camera, I think what they call camera focus band or camera's focus pitch band. We were trying to configure this radar. We were trying to configure this radar since Korea has not had one at the time or so. The Air Force had to catch up on time, and they did not. But we're trying to travel at very fast speeds. May not be accurate and or in precision. If there were some things we should change, is what if chemicals could be used as if lacquer to remove surfaces or stains. We should all share, but why try to connect the dots? If you visit the states, there are over 1,000 of them. Nuclear energy power plants in each state. In Asia, they only have 2 or 1, also known for their power or current. So I was helping many people by languages, sounds, interpretations, and body movements. I just so happened to be defining things for whatever reason or so. It's funny in a way also because people need sleep or cannot because of much. This could be known for batteries. It could also be a start for fires. Sleep, and some people can't shut their eyes. Last time we used this camera for a shutter, it was closed somewhat halfway shut down first and then going up for dim. Japan might have the most democracy, but you go to Hong Kong. I just so happen to know the state's origins, or nationalities. Some or others cannot define their own. Hong Kong has the most capitalism. There was this one place where it ended near a temple on a hill near the serene tree. Colors at the time were white, pink, somewhat of a hint red or reddish. Funny how things always change in capitalism. If I have a baby girl or our daughter, I will let the parents know about our dynamics, but it will be up to her anyway. The wife already knows what type of person I'm going to be. I wanted my wife to look like my mom. I also love mowing the continent of Asia. Gases are silent. Some mowers are also. Whenever we mow grass, this helps the environment and better the surroundings for purification or to better things. Had also seen many Japanese bureaucracies. What if we could see all the difference or broaden out the spectrums? What if there were an endless stretch of a road where horses on chariots and white flowers were thrown to make an endless trail? Again, the only one possible reason why we are injuring ourselves is for a certain reason, possibly for religion, for the unknown reason. However, sometimes religion can get in the way. This is about me. I have a private life. Do you consider an occult for an occurrence? Some businesses only to pass data or info for processing steel and plants. What if the things that I was saying did not even matter, or may appear to occur or existed?